Welcome to Windsong Intuition. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do a first impressions. This is the White Sage Tarot, and this is fairly new for me. I've had it about a month, and it's been really hard for me not to open it up completely. I did take the cellophane off the outside, but when I opened the tin, I realized I really want to do a first impressions of it, so I just put it right back in the tin. I did sort of flip through the book, but I haven't actually stopped to really look at it, and I love the size of it. I love that it came in a tin. If I feel like a box is too flimsy, I'll actually make my own boxes, so this was really nice to be able to have something that I knew was going to be sturdy, and it's just cute. It's like I have small hands, so this feels like it's the right size for me. So this says it's the White Sage Tarot by Theresa Hutch. Let me see if there's U.S. Game Systems. And I don't see if she's the artist or just the creator. Sometimes they're both. So I'm going to put that right there. So let's see. This is the little white book. It says, seeking a way to balance the masculine energy in our culture with a soft, strong, and feminine deck. See, particularly as an ancient Native American method to cleanse spaces and people. That's the white sage they're talking about. So let's see here. I won't read too much about it. It does talk about the chakras. And you can obviously, from the backs, you can see that you can read reversed. And I feel like this book is a little thick, and normally the little white books are not as thick, and I think it's this thick because it's such a small size that everything is compacted, but it's got a good little bit written. It's not just one or two key words in here, so that's going to be a handy little book to have about this. So this is what the backs look like, and I'll be honest, I'm not that crazy about the back if I'm just looking at it. I like the backs of cards that, here, I'll show you one right here. This is the Animal Spirit Oracle, and I like them to have a little bit of detail on them, a little prettier detail. But at the end of the day, you know, the back of the cards are not what's important. It's the front of the cards. So, I mean, that really doesn't matter all that much. So I'm going to go ahead and take the plastic off of this. Give me just a second. Okay, I'm back, and I've taken the plastic off. And this is obviously the first card, the only card that I've seen. So this is the Fool. And I really understand the intention behind having the puppy, because the Fool is new to life and excited, and, you know, can sometimes have that excitable energy that can actually lead to problems or danger, because he just hadn't figured out that, you know, he can't jump around too much or jump off of certain things, because it could be dangerous. And that's sort of, you know, the original Fool card looks like he's about to walk off a cliff, and he just hadn't figured out yet that that's not a good idea. But it's an innocent, you know, excited energy that's the cause of that. And so I really get the intent behind having the puppy here. All right, Magician. And that's interesting with the eye and the feather. So definitely I'll have to reflect on this card a little bit more to really feel the meaning behind the Magician, other than having the eye and being able to work different crafts and sort of be the knowledge holder and versatile in working with different crafts. The High Priestess. You can see a little moon symbol there. And yeah, when you think about cats, you think that they're very mysterious. They have all this knowledge, and they have all these secrets, and they don't reveal it all the time. So that's where, you know, the High Priestess kind of has that veil, and she knows what's behind the veil, but you don't always know what's behind the veil, and that's kind of how cats are. The Empress. I like the detailing in the crown here. And she's got the Ankh. Hierophant. It could almost seem sort of disconnected that they've got the animal and then the key. Lovers, I love this one. I can tell this is going to be one of my favorite cards. I really like this. I like how the images are soft and they don't represent, you don't have people representing each of the images. So this is probably going to be the only tarot deck I have that's like that, that doesn't have any kind of people at all in it. I think the Eye and the Magician is the only one I'm seeing so far with anything that's remotely human, but that's still nice. I like that it's different. The Chariot, I like that take on it, just showing the horses with the wheel. Strength. You can see the infinity symbol right there. And you definitely think of strength when you think of bears. The Hermit, that's funny, the sloth. I like that he's got the hoodie on. That's funny. Wheel of Fortune, now that's interesting. Justice, well, I like that. They actually show how the mythology was with as far as weighing your heart against the weight of a feather. Hanged Man. That's interesting. That makes me wonder what they're going to use for Death, because Death is usually about transformation, but he's not in the transformative stage yet, so. Death. Okay. So it looks like it's just a snail shell. Temperance. The Devil. That seems sort of like a, I wouldn't say an obvious choice, but it's definitely very clear. Tower. That's interesting. Usually the Tower shows a solid foundation, so that things that are torn down, they could still be built upon. Maybe the water is on top of the solid foundation. I'll have to reflect on that a little bit more. Star, I like that. The Moon. It's Sun. It's interesting that she would talk about white sage being Native American, but also a lot of the imagery is Egyptian. Although they did use, you know, smoke cleansing. There's a lot of cultures that use smoke cleansing. Judgment. I'll have to look in the book to see. Actually, I'm curious. What do they mean by that? Are they thinking you've got a bright idea? Let's see here. A light bulb shines. It is an interrogation light or an aha moment, and you've got a bright idea. The choice is up to you. Okay. Okay. The World. I like that because if you think about it, you know, when a tree drops its acorn, it's an end and a beginning at the same time. It's the end of its cycle because it's produced its fruit, but at the same time this is a beginning. So I like that. Okay, Ace of Wands. Oh, that's so pretty. And 2. So this is definitely a pip deck. This one you can definitely see just a hint of the Rider-Waite-Smith imagery and the way they've got it set up. 5 of Wands. 6 of Wands. 7 of Wands. 8. I like the 8 of Wands because it looks like a barrier. 9, 10, we've got the bundle there, the page, and the knight. I like the detailing right there. You see it's got the pyramids. The queen, I really like that. That's what they use for the 10. The king. The ace of cups, look at that. The 2 of cups, I like how they were able to integrate the swirling, combining of the energies there. 3 of cups, it looks like they're toasting. 4 of cups. All the cups you already have, pouring into a divine gift. 5 of cups, just showing the break there. 6 of cups. 7. 8. So these aren't quite as much a pip as the wands were. You can actually read a little bit intuitively off of those. The 9 and the 10. I got the infinity there. Then we'll go into the court cards here. I like the little otter there. It's got the flower on his head. That is cute. The queen, she's waving. I'm just chilling out with my tea. Hey, come join me. I love that crown too. But he's like, yeah, he can join me if you want. What's up? Alright, swords. I like that imagery too. I like how she's right about combining the masculine and the feminine. It's soft and strong at the same time. I like that. I like how they made them crossed. And the 3. All it's missing is the heart, and it would pretty much be a traditional 3 of swords. I like how they've got it sort of hidden, because the 4 of swords, usually at least one of the swords is veiled in a way. The 5, 6, and 7, 8. So some of these are definitely more traditionally pip. Others you could read intuitively of these. A 9. I like this. Definitely gets the point across of the 10 without even having a person in it. They're piercing through the thread there. Page of Swords. Oh, how pretty. The Knight. The Queen. The King. I usually like a lot of detail in my decks. Without them being too busy, but I still like the little details, and this imagery is definitely more simple than pretty much any of the other decks that I have, but I'm really, really liking it. Ace of Pentacles, I love that. The 2 of Pentacles, I got the infinity going on there. 3 Pentacles. 4. I like how they're partly buried, burying your treasure there, hoarding it. 5. Oh, look at the broken. 6 of Pentacles. The 7. There you go. Got them on the tree there. 8. 9. And 10. We'll go into the Page of Pentacles. Interesting that they used elephants. Like they got the pinwheel. Is that a pinwheel or is that a flower? It'd be funny if it was a pinwheel though, but I think it's a flower. Knight. Queen. Like how she's got her calf there leaning on her. And a king. I like how you don't even really see all of him, but you still get the intense stare going on. All right, and then these are the talking about the chakras. That's interesting. Well, I like that they added these instead of artist cards, that they add a little bit extra. I really like this. Let's see how easy they are for me to shuffle up there. Oh wow, I really like that. Of course, toward the end I get flubbed. I've said in a previous video, I'm clumsy, and I'm a clumsy shuffler. Of course, these are also new, so they're stiff. There we go. That's really I like this size. I have a feeling I'm going to be using this deck because this is like the right size for my hands. So I'm going to be using this a lot. Now, as a little added bonus to this video, I decided I was going to unwrap another one that I have. And if you watched my my first video where I go through my decks, you'll know the story behind this, but I'll tell you a little bit about it. I originally bought this. Well, I didn't buy it. It was given to me when I was a teenager, and I unfortunately don't have that deck anymore, and I had looked to repurchase it, and I was going to get the newer edition, which is in a blue box. So I was looking on eBay, and then I saw some people had this in the original box, and I got this, and it's still in the cellophane. And some people may say, no, don't open it, it's still wrapped in the original cellophane, but I bought this deck to use it. So even though it's still in the original cellophane, I am going to open it because I want to use it, and I've made the box for this to actually fit into to protect the original box because I don't want to get rid of it. If you're unfamiliar with this is the Universal Waite Tarot. It's pretty much all the same Rider-Waite-Smith imagery, but it was redrawn and recolored in a way that, you know, they felt was a little softer, not quite as bright and harsh imagery. And I love the backs. And so for those of you who are collectors and say keep it in the cellophane, you might want to turn away now because I'm going to open it. I've been really excited to open this. So here we go, opening it. All right, there it is, it's opened. I'm not going to flip through this. If you're familiar at all with Rider-Waite-Smith, then you're familiar with it all. And if you do want me to do a walkthrough of it later, I will, but I don't want this video to be too long. I'll just show you a few of the cards. You can see she's a little more washed out, and these aren't quite as bright, but I love the imagery. And of course these cards are pristine because they've been in the cellophane. I'm super excited to have it back. So I will end this video on that positive note that I got my original deck back, not the actual cards, but the deck itself. And I wish you all the happiest day and the best possible luck during this Mercury retrograde. And I hope you come back to my channel soon. Keep looking forward to more videos. Have a good day.